Hey, welcome to the channel and to another Call of Duty Warzone video. I'm Doug Dagnabbit from ModernWarzone.com, and in today's video we're going to be going over the new patch notes that were just published by Raven Software that detail numerous major nerfs and changes to the meta for Call of Duty Warzone, including an AMAX nerf, Roze skin changes, and much more. So we're going to break down all of it in this video. We're going to try to keep it as short and brief as possible while still showing you all the changes that will actually matter to you. We like to try to be news you can use. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and ring the bell. That way you can always be notified when our videos go live. Alright, so to start things off, Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 is also going to include new content, as well as 5 new multiplayer maps for Black Ops Cold War, 5 new weapons throughout Warzone and Black Ops Cold War, new POIs, which are going to include the fallen satellites that are going to hit in Verdansk, and new quest and Outbreak, that basically another Easter egg, as well as a new zombies experience set in Berlin called Mauer der Toten that should arrive sometime around mid-season for Black Ops Cold War. So, welcome to Season 4. So starting off with the playlist, Verdansk BR Resurgence Mini Trios is being added. That's the first time that we've had a Resurgence Mini inside of Verdansk. And Verdansk Plunder Quads is being added. They're also going to remove Plunder Blood Money Quads, Rebirth Island Resurgence Duos, and they're going to keep Rebirth Island Resurgence Quads. And they even put a little smiley face in there because they know everybody loves that. The event that's going to be starting at the beginning of Season 4 is going to be called Groundfall, which is a limited time event. It's going to be based on the satellites hitting the ground, and you're basically going to have to go and loot these fallen satellites to get exclusive loot, rewards, all that good stuff, and then you're going to be able to check off the little items that you unlock throughout the quest, and you'll eventually unlock an epic secondary blueprint. So here we have all the details about the Battle Pass that's going to be coming, and this is not a Battle Pass video. If you want to see stuff about the Battle Pass, we can find it somewhere else. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. Now we're on to the map updates. So red doors have appeared in Verdansk. We're going to leave a link in the description down below where we've been talking about these red doors. They were recently rumored because of a survey that ended up leaking out where it asked about a fast travel system. So they should work directly like a fast travel system. We don't have any more information on it, but it kind of seems like right now they might just dump you anywhere. More to come on that. The downtown tower is no longer Nakatomi Plaza. It's just its own thing. It's still going to stay there with that many rooms and all that, and it's changed a little bit. The new Gulag is going to be based off the Hijacked map. No, it is not on a boat, and Hijacked is not coming to Warzone, but it is based on it. It's the same plywood type deal that we just had during Season 3. So the new satellite crash POIs are going to be in Krovnik Farmland, right in the middle of the big old field. Block 18, closer to the once sleepy village near the salt mines, lies another down satellite, and it leaves it open to people. You can parachute to it all the way from the array. Block 16 is deep within the riverbed near the ATC tower, and that's a more intact satellite. And the Gora Bridge, so that's the bridge right by the dam. So these are all pretty close together right there. They've also added new Pride flags. Raven Software wanted to back Pride, and I also would like to back Pride as well as Modern Warzone. So good on them for doing that. And please don't be assholes to people you see in game using this. So PlayStation 5 players, there's a massively good thing for you here. Added 120 Hz support for PS5. It does require an HDMI 2.1 port though. So you guys have been asking for updates like that for next gen consoles. Boom. There you go. Another big change is that downed players who disconnect now actually provide you with the XP, the loot, and the cash that you would have gotten off of them if you earned the kill before they left the game. Next up, we have the new dirt bike that is coming to Warzone. It's actually going to be the fastest vehicle in Warzone now. It's going to have the same durability as the ATV, and to throw a trophy system on it, you're actually going to have to stand on top of it. They detail it in the patch notes right here. Also changing in Verdansk, they're adding the two new weapons with the Battle Pass at level 15 and 31. They're also going to be available as ground loot in the new loot pool. The C58, which basically functions like a G3 semi-auto rifle, these are both Cold War weapons, and the MG82 can be found in the loot pool now. And the combat bow kill streak, by popular demand, has been added to the loot pool, and self-revive spawn rates have been reduced. Hallelujah. So good on them. This update's looking amazing so far. Also being changed, they're changing the melee finally with the 1911 starter handgun. It now is going to take 3 hits to be able to get that finishing hit that's been downing you in 2 hits beforehand. That is a great change. For some reason, they decided to buff the snapshot grenade, even though it's kind of broken and reveals you through walls and all types of different angles already that it shouldn't. But that's a change that we weren't expecting. And they're also adding custom mods. Custom mods have been enabled for Black Ops Cold War weapons. This will allow you to change them, name them, save attachments and blueprints just the same way you did with Modern Warfare weapons. So another massive W. Right here, Raven actually provides some very insightful information. They wanted us to know about some thoughts on the Specialist token. So they want exciting items like the Specialist token in Warzone. However, the ease and consistency of its acquisition was problematic. Ideally, drop locations are allowed to be chosen dynamically based on several factors like circle location, infill route, and player preference. When we introduce an exclusive powerful item that can only be obtained at one location, it may have a warping effect on the gameplay that can diminish early game strategy. We would also like to ensure there is excitement surrounding opening caches or completing contracts, no matter where you are in the map. And in order to achieve that, we need to have items that are exceedingly rare but do not have targeted methods of acquisition. We may see the Specialist token again, perhaps sooner than you might think, but it will be rebalanced in such a way that it offers neither weapon perks nor drops on deaths. So yet again, basically what they're saying is that they love Specialist tokens and the type of change they bring to the gameplay, but they do not want to keep them in and only have one location or one method to obtain them, because it completely changes the entirety of how Warzone works, because people going for high kills are inevitably going to go there every single game. So good on them for explaining that thought process. Thank you, Raven. Again, you might hear me say that a lot throughout these patch notes. So this is a minor change, but they've also added the ability to filter operators by favorites and sort according to faction, and you can now have up to 14 favorites. Previously, you were only allowed to have one favorite for each faction, and then you had to choose your favorite faction. And another massive thing that they've changed and added is the ability to allow players to play again with their team. So even if you go into a game with randoms and you enjoyed your experience with those randoms, you can now hit the play again with team button and you can play with the same people, just like back in the old days where you'd play with the same random guys you met on the internet all night. So that's a very welcome change as well. Next, we're going to get into the weapons, and this is going to be quite spicy. The MG82 light machine gun is coming on launch week, and you can obtain that. The nail gun, which is coming on launch week as well, is obtainable via challenges. You can do all these challenges in Zombies or Black Ops Cold War multiplayer or in Warzone, however you choose to do it. So there's there's also another submachine gun that's coming in season, and then you have the baseball bat and the mace melee. I don't really like that they label the melee weapons as new weapons coming, but yeah. But in a future patch, we'll be making sweeping balance changes to weapons. Let us take a moment to discuss the philosophy behind that decision. At a high level, Warzone is a game about engagements. The more time we allow to mechanical and strategic expression within engagements, the higher the skill ceiling, and the longer our personal journey of mastery. We believe the frequency of these engagements and how we navigate them heavily contributes to the overall level of fun. We want to enable more escapes from impossible situations, moments of finesse, epic outplays, and opportunities to flex exquisite marksmanship. Due to some weapons being far more lethal than others in their class, we feel a reduction in the efficacy of those outliers is necessary. We expect these changes will bring the average time to kill up by approximately 60 to 100 milliseconds, which is a great change. These changes will not only increase the overall capacity for skill expression, but should also introduce some weapons into viability that have not yet had a chance to shine. We will begin laying the groundwork for the upcoming balance overhaul with the following adjustments. So let's take a look at it. The AMAX is getting a downwards trend. If you want to, you can pause the video and just look right here, because we're about to scroll down and look at the actual notes about it. So the AMAX has had its multiplier decrease for upper torso damage from 1.2 to 1.1, and that was the real strength of the AMAX, was that if you hit chest shots, you were highly rewarded for it. So that is a bit of a change. It's only a 0.1. We'll actually have to see how it feels in game. If it's only like one bullet change, it's really not going to be that much different. But they did say that they're going to add 100 milliseconds to time to kill, which is a big change. So it's going to be very interesting to see moving forward. The Roze has been buffed by 5. Really, we're not going to look at this all that hard at every single weapon to keep this video short for you guys. We're going to let people like True Game Data and JGod do that. Exclusive Ace, Drifter. There's plenty of people who are more qualified than I am to tell you about the weapons. But all you need to know is that they are really trying to raise the time of kill in Warzone, and it's been evident through every single one of these latest updates that they want the skill ceiling to be shown, and they want all these. They're trying to listen, but they're struggling to do it in a way that keeps player base happy with the amount of time they're spending on it. They're also changing a bunch of the attachments that are going to be in Warzone to bring the longest Black Ops Cold War sniper barrels much closer to parity with Modern Warfare equivalents. So that's very good. We have a couple of good snipers already, but yeah, the Swiss with the added bullet velocity is going to be very nice and possibly be able to contend against the Kar 98. Now, a big issue that most people won't talk about is that raising the time to kill with all these other weapons is going to inevitably make sniper rifles meta, because they will always have a one-shot headshot kill. So just keep your eyes out for that and start to get good with sniper rifles, because you're going to need them. So thank God we get such deep and good patch notes these days. But we're going to move on to the operator section. Like I said, if you need to know more about weapons, make sure to go to the right people for weapons. I'm not that guy. I'm a news guy. Operators. Roze's Rook skin has received material updates to increase visibility. Hallelujah. Everybody loves to complain about Roze, and you can't get her. You had to have bought her in the Battle Pass when she was available. So this is great. We'll have to see what it looks like in game before we can say it's a thumbs up or thumbs down, or if it makes any difference at all. But if you're on PC, you should go check out our NVIDIA filters video, because it makes seeing Roze in any conditions 10 times easier. I promise your game will look amazing. 3 new operators are coming to Warzone. Jackal is from the Warsaw Pact. He's the guy that had the big open eyes that I've been memeing on Twitter. Sala for the NATO. I believe that is the gentleman who's going to get a Komodo Dragon execution in the future. And then we have Weaver, who's from the original Black Ops storyline and is a current character in the Zombies storyline with Team Requiem. Download sizes for tonight's update are going to be 11 gigabytes on PS5 and 4, and 11.2 gigs on Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X, and also 12.3 gigs on PC for Warzone only, and 13.5 gigs for PC with Warzone and Modern Warfare. Please note that PC players will need about 27 to 28 gigabytes of additional space on their hard drives to be able to copy the game, as it does every time before you actually start downloading the files. So I appreciate you guys coming by the video. Hopefully this clarified anything for you about Warzone Season 4. It's looking like an extremely good season for content, and a great step forward for Warzone, trying to increase the time to kill, and also plenty of quality of life updates with friends list, weapons, favorites, the blueprints. So yeah, we're very excited. We will be live streaming this on Twitch tonight, all night long, twitch.tv/ModernWarzone live, and we'd love to see you come by and hang out with us. But until next time, we're going dark.